So why did the Spanish come back to this land that was a remote outpost? Well, because the French began nosing around. Robert René Cavelier, Sieur de la Salle, had been a very famous explorer well before 1685 when he drifted into Texas. He had been in Canada, had gone down the Mississippi River, and had been feeding into Louis XIV's plan of making a big presence in North America. So, with the patronage of the French crown, he decided that he would go and find the mouth of the Mississippi River and establish a base. Or did he? Perhaps he in fact wanted to see how far west he could go in the Gulf of Mexico. Well, he got as far as, well, present-day Victoria or thereabout, and there set up Fort St. Louis, named for his patron. Now, how the Spanish found out about this was that Indians began to show up on the frontera of Mexico with contacts and trade goods from the French. So think about this from a conspiratorial standpoint. The Pueblo Revolt happens in 1680. 5 years later, there's French on the Texas coast. Everybody's against the Spanish, clearly. And so the Spanish begin to worry about the safety of their northern frontera. In fact, they decide that they have to go back and reoccupy it. And more than that, they have to once and for all win over those Indian populations to the Spanish sphere. So, from the middle 1680s into 1700, the Spanish will launch a number of expeditions into Texas. First, to snoop out the French, and then second, to think about where the correct strategic placement of missions might occur, and accompanying fortified garrisons, fortified colonies really, known as presidios. So now all of a sudden the Spanish changed their game. Instead of just going up there and passively encountering Indians in the Rio Grande Valley of present-day New Mexico, now they are going to be intentional about occupying Texas. Well, between the Pueblo Revolt and the French, you can understand why they're thinking this way. And so we now have Spanish eyes once again pointed towards this region that we know as Texas. When they come up here looking for the French, they were gone, by and large, except for a ragged remnant. The French had essentially collapsed. The colony did not fare well. An away team tried to find its way to the Mississippi. There was murder and mayhem and daring do and intrigue. But at the end of the day, the French didn't stick. The Spanish said, fine, the French problem took care of itself. Now we're going to make sure they don't come back.